Hello and welcome to episode 129 of the Sussex by the Sea podcast. I'm your host, Chris Laverick, on episode 129. Well, no interview this week due to time constraints, but as always, we have the Fan Roundtable as the SBTS gang wrap up a busy couple of weeks in the Isthmian League. Enjoy, SBTS fans, and now over to the SBTS Fan Roundtable. Many thanks to Ian from Haringey, John from Canvey, Windy from Hastings, and Paul from Dulwich for making it happen. It gives me great pleasure to introduce episode 129 of the Sussex by the Sea podcast, and this is the Fan Roundtable segment. I have some lovely people on, as always, but we've got the wonderful returning Paul Hamilton from Dulwich. I wonder why he's returning, but he will come to that, I'm sure. Yeah, the John from Canvey and Windy from Hastings.
Cool.
Boys, thank you very much for coming on. And how the devil are you all?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, all good. Thanks, Chris. I'll talk to you again, gents.
Yeah, very good. Thank you.
Good evening.
Evening. Well, let's go straight to Paul because we've not really heard from anyone from Dulwich on the Isthmian Fan Roundtable. So we will talk Hastings a little bit more, but in your season in general to start with, what are you thinking, Paul?
Well, we had the typical lots of injuries at the beginning of the season, but we've got a far more last season we started with we only carried 2-3 players over from the previous season, so it was a complete tear down and rebuild. Whereas this year started the season with probably half the same squad. And then some of our summer recruits, the essential summer recruits, which were central midfield, defensive midfield, and centre defence, all managed to get injured in pre-season. And literally, when they were on the pitch, they looked bloody amazing. And then we ended up first 4, 5, 6 games of the season, squads being kind of bolted together with spare parts and what have you. We've got a couple of young players in the squad, but who are meant to be backups for the starters, but they're not really. They weren't really meant to be thrown in so early into the season. So the first, we're only 10 games in now, aren't we? And the first 6 to 7 games were we seem to have a defence which resembled a sieve. I know
that as a Hastings fan. I know what that feels like, mate. Go on, carry on.
So this season we've had absolutely no problem. Well, mainly not had much problem scoring. The front set of players, Luke Menadio, Anthony Jeffrey, and Danny Mills have all been scoring lots and playing really well. But the midfield and defence was just quite sketchy for a good few games. So while we were scoring quite a lot, we were also conceding quite a lot. The last couple of weeks seems to have kind of cleared it. That seems to have cleared up. People have come back from injuries, looking far more stable. So we're not having to do that kind of thing of trying to outscore people who score 2 or 3 against us. So season's going all right. Yeah, it's going all right. I mean, some of the plays been absolutely fantastic. I mean, the hack seems to have worked his wonders, as in they look drilled, they look organised. There's lots of crisp passing going on, very fast, and the wingers, Jeffrey and Renadio, are just terrorising whoever we play against. So and the supporting cast, the subs that come on, seem to be not far off the same quality. So the season's feeling okay, apart from we lost last night in the Isthmian League Cup to Binfield. 4-0.
Was that a second string you put out, or I presume it was?
There was only 2 players from the weekend, so I think it's just there's 4 cups we started in at the beginning of the season, and it's just not realistic to try and treat them all the same or treat them all as we do the league, really.
Well, it depends how big your squad is, isn't it? But yeah, you'd think most clubs would be like that.
Not that big. I mean, it just, the Binfield, they put out their first team. They had a plan. They played really well. They were really determined. And obviously they're playing against a bunch of players who have only played against each other, played with each other mainly in practice and training. So anyway, but yeah, league-wise, I think there's quite a decent air of relative confidence, as much as you can have at this level.
Yeah. But let's talk about the game that we met up with, the Dulwich Hastings. I mean, from a Dulwich perspective, how easy did you think that game was? Was that a comfortable 3-0? Was it or was it closer than that, or should it have been more?
I mean, we could have scored more, but then I think there was very early on. There was Hastings had a shot. You had a shot which very soft shot that came off one of the posts, and it was that sort of thing. It was the timing. It was the sort of thing. If that had gone in, it would have been like an omen, but it didn't. It just bounced away very softly. And then there was a shot that one of your strikers had later on. Cracking shot from the edge of the penalty area. So I mean, it could easily have been 4-2. But I don't. Once we got those two fairly early goals, it didn't really look in doubt, did it? I don't think. I don't think that's being too partisan.
No, not at all. Windy, you were listening on the radio, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, it was quite interesting listening on the radio to that game because the Dulwich fans, still seem to be chattering away in their
getting their flat whites in. Yeah,
and rolling up their waxed beards, no doubt.
Yeah, can't think of any others. Can we think of any others? No. All
anyway.
right.
But no, it sounded like a good game, and Dulwich were totally in control. Lovely gate though, wasn't it? Big old gate. What was that 3,500?
I think it was capacity, so 3-3. Yeah.
I know it helped because you had all the other games around. South London, all the big ones are off, and they no Palace, no Millwall, so you probably had a few down there. Does that actually make a difference?
A little bit, but I mean, the attendances are always fill out a bit more when the students come back because South London, lots of students. So the last few Saturdays have been kind of 2,000, 2,500.
Okay,
but the sellouts tend to happen when you're well into the season, and you've also got your full allocation of young people in the neighbourhood. There's a few people come from Millwall, and a few people I know that come from Palace, but it doesn't make much difference.
Okay, fair enough. That's good. It's quite interesting when I think it was Danny Mills scored, and there's a few kids in front of the commentator, and you could hear them, Danny Mills, and they were only kids, like 10-year-olds. And I thought, wow, that's brilliant. They're really getting into it.
Yeah, he's been with us for about 5 years now, and he's gradually become. He's so kind of mild mannered. It seems weird to kind of call him he's not quite a club legend yet, but he's definitely he's a real asset, right? I mean, he's fantastic, and he's the club captain. He does lots of other work around the club. Is he local
as well? Does he come from that area? Do you know? Or?
I'm not too sure. I think
they often are, aren't they? If they hang around that long, they usually live quite close.
Well, he was with Whitehawk for a long time.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
And then for about 5 or 6 years, and then earlier in his career, had a little jaunt around the lower parts of the league. So he was at Peterborough and various other places, but not that didn't stick for that long. Okay. He's fantastic in the air, and he's quite good at leading the line, but he's not a heavyweight. He doesn't bully defenders. So I think as you go up the leagues, he probably becomes a little bit too light.
Yeah.
And also, he's not the fastest of humans. he's fantastic at many things, but and he works his socks off. He doesn't slack off. He's no Berbatov, but he's not a particularly fast person. But he's fantastic, and there are songs just about him.
Yeah, it's just made me laugh. It's just they sounded like 10-year-olds, and about the only people I could hear singing, even though it was a big gate. It was like, I think I was talking to Tom, who was doing a commentary, and he said that the position of where he was seemed to be elevated above the rest of the noise, so it sort of helped. You could hear Tom more than normal, so which is quite good.
Yeah, it's partly because also behind either goal at Champion Hill, there's no roof covering, so even if it's packed and there is quite a lot of singing, then it just drifts. You don't. Yeah.
So you had quite.
Windy, you didn't hear our dulcet tones. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I could still hear that.
Yeah.
Oh, but I did like It's Grim Up North when it was pissing with rain and we were losing. I like that one. That was a good.
I did hear that it was raining quite hard. It was quite sunny down here at the time, so I was quite pleased to be here. It sounded like a fair result.
Well, just saying on that, you were saying about one of your players being quite slow, not the fastest. I did rewatch. Well, I remember the goals at the game, obviously, but like when we rewatched the goals, it did seem like it was on half speed, and I mean that's more of a detriment to Hastings than it is to your boys. I wasn't impressed with let's just say the defending on any of them, but What's the lad that's got 11 goals already? Is it
Bonadio.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Very,
And,
very good. Yeah. So
he's going to get a bag full this season, definitely.
he got 20 last season. And what he's, I mean, he does take penalties, but just, I mean, his
all the best strikers take the pens. They know numbers
well,
mean
yeah,
everything.
but also, I mean, he's just, I mean, just in terms of wing play, I mean, just the control, his center of gravity is amazing. He twists and turns, makes defenders fall on their arse all the time. Just don't know what to do with him, and he's so fast, and he can control the ball. So I think he's been with us too. This is his second season back with us. We had him a few years ago. He went to Dover for a while, bless, and then but he's been I mean him and Anthony Jeffrey, the who play on the wings, they're absolutely key because we seem to have this thing. They quite often switch positions, and also they're obviously being drilled to play lots of fast cross-field balls to kind of stretch the opponents, pull the defenders all over the place. And because the wingers are so fast and strong, it works. So long as you've got them on the pitch, the opposing defense is in for a pretty difficult time. But yeah, Luke Maladio, he halfway through last season, he nicknamed himself the Wizard, which a load of us were kind of a bit iffy about, because it was like, if you get nicknames, you're not going to give them to yourself, are you?
Yeah, it's a bit
of but fair enough. He is pretty spectacular. So
okay. Well, we will touch on the Hastings part of this when I talk to Wendy. But who you got Saturday?
Billericay.
Okay, so that's the sort of games you want.
It is the sort of games you want. Real test that'll be for us.
At home, yeah.
It's at home. I mean, they're doing pretty well in the league, and also we've got a lot of history with them because when we were in the ISTHMIAN before, 5-6 years ago, we went head to head with them for a couple of seasons. Okay. And they went up at our expense.
I was actually at that game. I think it was the one where you had just gotten kicked out of Champions Hill temporarily. Yeah. And that night there, where literally their pitch was just like just sand, wasn't it? Essentially.
Yeah.
Always the best, aren't they?
Yeah, that was a very good win, that one. I remember. Yeah, watching that, I was like, "Damn, it's good game of football."
Yeah. That was. But yeah, so we've got history with them, and we're both kind of at the top 6 of the league. So should be it is the sort of game we really look forward to.
Okay, all right. Well, cheers for that, Paul. It was nice seeing you there as well. Right, Ian, you're late, so you're on the naughty step. So John will be next. You're right, Ian. John Canvey, a couple of wins, mate. Is it all turning around for your lot?
It seems like it's getting there. Yeah, I mean, I think it was something that was probably on the cards for a little while because obviously, as I said to you before, we had a fair few new players come in, young ones as well. So it's just a case of trying to work out maybe what our sort of best lineup was, sort of blooding them into the league a little bit. But a few of them now seem to have taken to it. I mean, ones that before I maybe thought this league might hang them out to dry a little bit, they seem to be really growing into it, which is good. So I think that's 3 wins from our last 5 in all competitions. We only lost one of them, and that was that cup one. A couple of interesting games just gone. Had Cray Valley last week.
4-4. Yeah.
Mate, honestly, if I'll tell you that could have finished 10-all, I wouldn't be exaggerating. It was generally that kind of game. It was a game where literally both sides had so many chances. I mean, I think as well as obviously scoring 4, I think we had a couple cleared off the line. We had 2 at the post. I think a couple went wide as well, a couple of saves from their keeper. And likewise, they missed a couple. They sort of put straight over the bar, open goal. It was like, yeah. Both teams could attack and do really well in that, but just seem to forget how to defend. I mean, we pretty much conceded the same goal 3 times from bloody corner. So, yeah, that was kind of our undoing in it, really. But I think you'd probably argue on the base of it, a draw was a fair result. Because I say, the way both teams were going out attacking-wise, it would have been brilliant. If, like I say, if you weren't a fan of either club,
yeah, and
just come over there, you got your 12 quid's worth. Brilliant. But, that was something we were guilty of not doing. The week before, we weren't scoring goals, missing chances. So put 4 away, could have easily had more. So just trying to work out how to defend again. We went to Bognor. And yeah, we managed to do that. that was quite a good little win to get down there, really, because I think we're both probably at the wrong end of the table we'd want to be.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is going on with Bognor? Like, you wouldn't expect them there. But
I think from what I was talking to a few of their fans about, it seems like they've got a bit of an injury crisis on at the moment. I mean, I know the boy they've had a boy starting centre back for the last 2 games. I think he's only about 16, 17. So that's a bit of a baptism of fire for him. You know, he had to play Dover, I think, in the week, and then obviously straight into a game with us. But yeah, no, we done well there. I mean, we looked decent in the first half. We defended well as well. You know, they threw a bit forward as you expect them to. But yeah, got a couple of good goals. One of the strikers we brought in the summer, Chris Harris. I mean, we was a bit an hour about him, but he seems to have picked up. Obviously, we've got Bradley Sage back now from Chatham, which was a real big boost. You know, he was absolutely brilliant for us last season and the season before. So hopefully he can pick up where he's left off. And he's sort of more than just the goals, really. He puts in so much work. Yeah, it seems like, particularly after last season, we had such a thin squad. We've actually got options. We bring on the bench there as well. Obviously, had the young boy Finn Durrell. He's not long turned 18. And yeah, took his goal really well. Won us a game. So yeah, made for a good coach journey back afterwards. A lot of beer consumed. You'll make for a good day in Bognor that. But yeah, we've got Folkestone now coming up the weekend, which is a bit of an interesting one because obviously, I mean, well, they probably expect to be in a better position where they are. They seem to have trouble keeping 11 men on the pitch, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, when Rob's been on, he's kept saying that they can't do it, can they?
Yeah, I mean, it happened again at the weekend. I looked at their score and had someone sent off against hashtag. So, but yeah, I mean, it's a funny one for us because it's the return of Evans Kouassi, he was like that. Oh, I don't know. He was like the Ronaldo or Messi of our side for a good few years. So it'd be weird seeing him turning up in another club
in the wrong shirt. In the wrong shirt.
That's in the wrong shirt. See, I'm praying he takes it easy on us, but you know, I mean, like I say, even with him in the squad and a lot of good players in the squad, I mean, names are recognising there. They haven't been particularly winning a lot of games, so there's no reason why we can't give them a game Saturday, especially if we have got that bit of confidence about us now. Yeah, make it 3 wins on the spin. It'd be lovely. Or no, it's actually no. That'd be 3 from 4 it could be, but yeah, that'd be good. Good game Saturday, I think.
Yeah, it will be. I mean, it's nice having you on and you've got a smile on your face because it hasn't been like that, has it, for a few weeks? Yeah. So
no, that's it. I mean, it's been difficult, but in the same vein, I haven't really been. I don't know, thinking we're going to be in too much trouble because the signs were there. It's just getting it clicked, and at long last, it finally seems to be clicking.
Excellent.
It's just, see how we take things.
It's quite easy to get sucked in down the bottom, though. Take it from us, we know.
Oh yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, we're only like I say,
we're going the wrong way at the moment.
We're a point better off or worse behind. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's like I say, you don't want to get dragged into it early on and be playing catch
there's
up.
a few teams like yourself, Bognor, us, even Folkestone. They're not far off. They're all down there. Probably shouldn't be down.
No, that's it. Chatham as well. You know, until last night they were down there.
It's
a surprise, isn't it?
Yeah,
won't be like that at the end of the season, though.
Nah, you see form flip flop, and I mean, especially with all the cup competitions going on as well at the moment. Some teams have had one eye on it. I mean, you only had to look at Horsham last night as well, didn't you? I mean, they've obviously had that focus on getting first round again, but absolutely tomped Whitehall, didn't they? So they certainly won't be down there for long.
No. Mark was in tears.
Mark
went.
I felt that man's pain.
Yeah. Right then. Okay. Well, thanks for that, John. Well, let's go to Ian. He's off the naughty step now. Hello, Ian. How are you, mate?
Hello. Yeah. Sorry, I was late. Had a bit of a bike maintenance disaster on the way home today. Sort of a lot of oil on the roadside and so on.
Okay. Oh, serious one then. Okay.
Not just like took me a while to sort out. Nothing, not an accident or anything.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, there's not oil on the road for you lot. Like it's two in a row, isn't it? I'm sure you're two league wins
in the league. Beat Ipswich Wanderers at the weekend away, and Sporting Bengal at home. Sporting Bengal game was very sort of it was a real sort of Essex Senior League game. It was quite scrappy. It was quite sort of end to end, and I think that. I mean, we made them look good first half, and then sort of second half, I think they tired a bit. And some of our sort of more experienced players came to the fore. George Sambu did a sort of, as he occasionally does, sort of turns into Pele, does a mazy dribble, and they got fouled. And while the ball was sort of bouncing loose, George Oresti just smashed it top corner. Excellent. And then about 5 minutes later, keeper comes out to clear a loose ball, only goes to a midfielder, he gets tackled, and George Oresti scores from nearly the halfway line. One of the best goals I've seen at Coles Park in a while.
That's good.
Well, so we had a bit of a cup run, lost in the end to Lowestoft. We conceded a last minute equaliser at our place to take it to a replay, and then got absolutely stuffed in the replay. Beat Wroxham in the trophy, and then got stuffed by Felixstowe and Walton. So we're out of the two big cup competitions now, having had a decent enough run in both of them. And now I think it's time to focus on the league. And I'm not going to get too giddy. So I'm not going to get too giddy having beaten, I think, the teams that are in 21st and 22nd. But I think there's some positives now. We've got so Joe Waite, who came from, I think, New Salamis last season, looks like a really decent striker. He's got that sort of he's got something that I think we missed last season, which is a bit of a kind of killer instinct. Derek Asamoah's still going. I don't know how he does it. And we've got Matt Young, who was with us last season, who was our player of the season last season, left Folkestone, but he's back, so that's good news as well. And Tosin Olafemi, who was Bishop Stortford last season, that has been in and around Borough for best part of a decade now. He's back from injury, so we feel like we're sort of starting to fire on all cylinders. And we've got through we had a bit of a kind of early season relentless trips to Essex, and that seems to have been replaced by relentless trips to Norfolk and Suffolk, which I don't know. It's I think it's possibly because it's a change, but I also think that there's something weird about Norfolk and Suffolk, whereas when you go to Essex, it's sort of places that kind of consider themselves in the orbit of London football. So they sort of see themselves as, they're kind of West Ham territory, and they see us as sort of Spurs. So it's always a little bit of needle. And I think they all, a lot of the people there have all lived in or near to London, whereas in Suffolk they just have these kind of deeply felt rivalry with the village next door, and they don't care about Haringey Borough or anything like that. Yeah. So they're always very friendly. Ipswich Wanderers were sort of singing songs about how they hated West Ipswich.
Oh, you gotta love it.
Yeah, but yeah, they all seem to be very nice, just happy to have away fans, I think.
So where's the at Sporting Bengal? Whereabouts are they based?
Tower Hamlets. They play at the Mile End Stadium.
Okay. Oh, interesting. I had heard of them, but I wasn't sure whereabouts they're based. So
yeah, there's a couple of clubs that play there.
Okay.
We have an absolutely there was some spectacular program notes from former club secretary John Bacon, who's last night about all the times in the last sort of 20 years we'd lost at Mile End Stadium to a variety of different teams that have played there.
Wow.
Well,
he's extremely bitter about it.
Wait, we broke that now. You broke that now.
That was a home game, so we still.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. No, sorry, I've got that the wrong way around. Well, thanks for that, Ian. Well, it's the beginning of the playoff push for Haringey, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I like to think of it as the divers have found HMS Pistol League. It's still submerged, but they're beginning the salvage operation, and it will rise again.
Well, certainly hope so. Right, and talk about things that are rising again or sinking. That's a perfect segue at Windy. Let's talk about Hastings.
Do we have to?
Yes, we do. We do. Win or lose, sir, we've got to talk about Hastings. So, Windy, just if anyone who's listening or watching this doesn't know, Windy helps with the radio. So you do the radio. So you've doing your Motti impression, haven't you?
Helping young Tom. He's got it all set up nicely, and he does need a bit of assistance at Tom. I didn't realise how much work he has to put in. Yes. For instance, he's updating the football web pages, and to do that and commentating and then get it's quite a lot of distraction. So I'm surprised he hasn't asked out more for a little bit of help. So I'm quite happy to do it, especially home games. So yeah, I'm quite enjoying it actually. Get a good view from up there as well.
You do well, yeah. Sometimes a good view is not a good view, if you get what I mean.
Last night, yeah.
So the last couple of games, because we obviously we did 128 a couple of weeks ago, so we got a few games to talk about.
Yeah.
So that would be Dulwich, obviously, and Cheshunt. Your thoughts on the Dulwich game from a Hastings perspective?
That thunder, can you hear that?
Yeah, it's right outside my. I've got to go out and work in this in a minute, right? Anyway,
Yeah, sorry, yeah. So, well, Dulwich,
not in a minute. Don't worry, you got to go in there, cut that
I
out. So
think,
don't worry. Go on.
I think Paul well and truly summed up the Dulwich game from what I wasn't at the game, but I was listening to it on the on Tom's commentary, and it didn't sound like we were really into it, apart from those 1 or 2 shots that Paul was talking about. I think Freddie Legg had one of them by the sounds of it, but something's not clicking. We are definitely missing Crutwell in defence. He's been vital, and as soon as he got that injury against Chatham, I just knew that he's not going to come back.
He's going to be out for another month as well.
Yeah.
3-4 weeks, I heard. I
was a little bit concerned with Ben White. I think it's one of the directors. He messaged me yesterday and said, "Do you know any good centre backs?" And I said to him, "Shall I get my boots ready?"
Well, we said that to Charlie last night. You know Charlie, beyond the goal, Charlie, who's a goalie, Sunday League goalie. And when Louis got sent off, he's like, "Right, come on in, I'm on." Like,
why not?
And then particularly seeing how what's his name in goal? Who did we put in goal first of all? Tommy Fagg was shocking in goal. But bless him for going in. But
just in case the others don't know, so what happened on last night? We were playing Cheshunt and we were 1-1, weren't we, at the time?
No.
Was it 1-0?
Yeah, we were 1-0 up.
1-0 up. That's right, 1-0 up, and then
you were commentating.
Yeah, no, but I couldn't remember whether I had a feeling they scored first, but no, after it,
right.
For the equaliser. Anyway, there was a.
Were you on the drink yesterday?
Yeah, I was a bit. And then there was a breakaway for Chatham, and from a missed pass by one of our players, and the player head towards the goal. And the way I saw it, I was quite clear. Louis Rogers came out and he fouled him outside the box. It wasn't malicious, but it is by the letter of the law, I'm afraid, it's a red card. So he had to go. Had he stayed and taken down in the box, it would have been a yellow card and a penalty, which is stupid, ridiculous. Anyway, so they went on, they scored from that free kick, and then we changed the keeper, obviously, because Louis got sent off.
Yeah, Tommy was in the goal for the...
Tommy Fagg, he looked like he volunteered to go in goal. Couldn't really see much direction about anybody saying, "Tommy, you go in goal," or anything. I don't know what was going on.
Put his own there, which is good of him.
It looked a bit chaotic, to be honest. So he went in goal and he was rubbish.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'd agree with it as well.
Well, it was like, I can't... How
many goals rubbish?
All of them.
But yeah, you'd say there was at least 2 of them were down to the fact that we didn't have a goalie in, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, I mean the free kick that he hit, the guy hit round the wall. I think Louis would have saved it, although it was a good free kick. Still went into the corner, but I think Louis would have had that. And then the next one was just completely soft. He flapped it across, and it was a goal, empty net. The bloke just banged it in. It was a shambles, and then I felt sorry for them all. Really, I mean, it was just doing all right, weren't they? Until this,
it was a game we should have won.
Yeah.
Cheshunt will definitely be down in the relegation zone at the end of the season.
Oh God,
yeah, and we made them look good.
We did.
I'm just
a bit disturbed on the whole that we hadn't got another plan in the event of
another goalie.
Or another goalie.
We didn't have a goalie on the bench, so.
But we've had years without goalies on the bench. We used to have Sam Adams, who's a bit like the guy that Paul was saying that who was saying, Paul, that was man of all trades. Sort of been there for years. We had Sam Adams, who was the same, a midfield player, played right back, played left back, played midfield wherever he liked, but he was a great goalie as well. So if in the event of a goalie going off, you could put him on. But when they changed the keeper again at half time, so Tommy went back into midfield. And Billy Viga from up front went into goal, and he actually had a blinding game. He looked quite comfortable. So, and then we went on and scored again. So we won the second half with 10 men.
Didn't win the first half though, Windy, did we?
No, we didn't.
No.
And the referee was, to be fair, I mean, I was sitting right behind the. There was a referee's assessor there, and he was saying that the referee called it right with the sending off, but there was plenty of other things that assessor was writing down because that ref big blunders. You can't always blame the ref. It's just one of those
you
games.
can't. Yeah, just we had that game. We got a player sent off, and
and it felt like it was a
very
6-pointer,
costly.
but we lost the 6 points. If you know what I mean, it was really gutting. But hey,
but it was a bit like our game, Paul, where like we have like these half chances, sort of half decent chances, but don't put them away. And a team that's going to finish lower down the table, we're that type of team, so we can't put those half chances away, and you get punished if you can't defend. And any team can score against us right now. It's
and there was a few sloppy passes, weren't there, from defence, and that where the ball was just not going to our player, and it was being picked up, and we got punished for that. And it's mainly because we haven't got that central defender, losing Crutwell, and we've got a midfielder playing in a central defence, and he's not used to playing there so much. He's not, it's not his position. So
equally though, lobbing it sideways to Freddie Legg. Freddie Legg had a great game, lots of chances.
Walker played well. There's loads
on the wings.
I mean, there's a lot of good performances from last night. Take that from the game, but I just wasn't so impressed.
Just the box to box, isn't it? The box to box is the problem.
Quite a big gate as well midweek, because I was expecting about 400, but it's 680 something. I think it's not bad. So
and then we got Cray on Saturday, who stuffed us. Was it 3 or 4-0? I can't remember now.
3, wasn't it? Yeah, 3-0. So away again. And that's the other thing. I was talking about. All we're saying about. And John, I think, was saying about the cup games. They make they suck up all your fixtures. We haven't had a home game since September, and now I've just looked. Our next home game is in November. So
right
on a Saturday, I'm talking about Saturday home games. We've had league games on the Tuesday nights and all that, but we suffer by not having that bigger crowd that we would have on a Saturday afternoon, and and the money as well. They are. Not everyone's got a season ticket, so we are losing gate money. And
talking of money, I won the 50-50 last night.
No,
I won the 50-50. Yes. Well, I didn't catch all the game. I had to bugger off to work, didn't I? So
that's why it's 50-50, mate.
Yeah.
Well done. That's 90 quid, wasn't it?
100.
100. Oh.
Yeah. No, that was the. They
I've been doing that
25 handover tax, so I only got 75 quid. No.
I never won it.
It's a struggle watching Hastings at the moment. It's going to be one of those seasons. We're just going to have to take our medicine a little bit, where we might have got used to being there or thereabouts. We're just going to have to.
What's the main difference with you from last year? Because you were kind of mid to upper table last year.
Yeah, we lost John Ufer.
We lost a lot of good, decent loan signs. We had Sam Gale.
Sam Gale's doing really well at Chelmsford, isn't he? So he's gone up a grade. So good luck to him. And John tried to do the same. He went to Slough.
And he's gone to Chatham now,
and now he's gone to Chatham. And we could have done with him, but I think we can't afford him at the minute, which is fair enough. It's just how
I had a whisper. I thought he was going to go to Worthing, but
that wouldn't surprise me. And with some of the players we've got, when they start firing, send it forward for Thaddy Radari. I'm surprised he hadn't gone there really as well. To Worthing, but
I don't say he's going.
I don't think he. I haven't heard it, but I'm just saying.
I think they've already got 2 decent strikers up front, so you might be all right in effect.
Yeah, I thought that as well.
That's it, So we are struggling.
Yeah, so we haven't got a proper centre half pairing, and it's just that hopefully we'll get someone in this week and kind of settle the ship a little bit. That's all we need to do. Just settle it down a little bit, make us a little bit more difficult to score against.
Kane Penn wasn't playing either, was he, in midfield last
injured.
night? And is he injured? Yeah. I thought it was because it was his birthday yesterday, so I thought he was out.
Well, he's gone out and got pissed or something. No, he was there. He was at the game.
Oh, okay, that's
fair.
He
didn't look weary or anything, but
okay, no, that's fair enough. But I think because he's looked quite impressive in midfield recently. So I don't know.
Yeah,
it's hard to tell when we had our schedule was empty in September. We only had one home match through September, and it's really, you get into that state of mind. It's really hard to tell what's going on. Whether your bad performances are a sign of an upcoming bad season, or it's just that kind of slight bumps in the road that you get, like everyone has. Yeah. And then you have a break, and now we've got 5 home games in a row, including 3 Saturdays.
Yeah,
that's
Saturdays
nice.
On the trot. Yeah, which is nice. Yeah, we've got obviously we got Billericay, but then we've got hashtag the week after in the cup. That's one of the cups we stayed in, the trophy.
Yeah.
Did you played Leatherhead, didn't you?
Yeah, we're still in the trophy.
Yeah, we beat them.
Beat
Yeah,
Leverett.
yeah, and they beat us. So
I can't remember
by
who we got.
strange football logic, you should have
We
beaten
got
us.
Hadley next.
We did that with Lewis as well, didn't we? Didn't Lewis get stuffed by who was it?
Is it Potts Bar? No.
And then we went.
No, they did get rinsed that Potters Bar, didn't they? Yeah. I don't. That was obviously a league game, though, wasn't
No,
it?
the cup. It was a cup game where Lewis had lost to
Yeah,
Harefield. That was it.
Oh,
Lewis
yeah.
lost to Harefield, and then very easy game against Harefield. And you
Yeah.
think, how has Lewis lost to them? But
Yeah.
again,
And I don't, from what I can understand, we didn't really rip Leverhead apart. We won, but we got
yeah,
through.
that's what I heard as well. Yeah.
And now we've got Hadfield, who I don't know anything. Is it Hadley? Is it Hadley Town? I think. And I don't
Never
know.
heard of them.
Never heard of them, but I've looked them up. I think they're sort of North London, one of these another North London sides.
Oh, Hadley,
Cycled through there the other day. It looks like a lovely little village. Like, would recommend. Didn't stop, but
Yeah, well, I actually don't care if we get knocked out. To be honest.
Don't say things like that. Bloody hell. I think unfortunately I'm working. Otherwise, I'll take up having a little cycle over to Hadley. But
Obviously, I don't want us to lose, but I do sometimes think that the cup and the trophy matches. Well, we're out of the FA Cup, and sometimes they can be a bit of a hindrance. But we haven't had a good trophy run for years, so I suppose it would be quite nice.
Yeah, we haven't had the either, to be honest, but we got Horsham next round, so that's guaranteed.
Is that at home? Home or away?
That is at home, so yeah.
Oh, nice.
Record against them.
you never know.
Ah.
They might just think, oh, we need to just turn up because they are.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they might have one eye on that first round proper because it's the weekend afterwards, I think, isn't it? So, like,
Yeah, they got Chesterfield, didn't they? I think?
Chesterfield away, yeah. So, you never know.
Good stuff at Horsham.
Yeah.
Good side.
But no, as far as we're concerned, we're just going to have to we got a Sussex Senior Cup match on Tuesday night, haven't we? Shoreham at home.
Yeah, the rearranged one.
Yeah. So hopefully you put out some of the youngsters and give them a try. You just don't know whether you got anybody there that's good enough. I mean, I know there's a guy on the bench. His name's Ollie Palmer. He was my next door neighbour, and he's only 16. And I've known him since he was 8. So if he makes it and earns himself a packet, he owes me a fence because he could kick the ball up and smash it to pieces. But I understand he plays in defence, so maybe he's the answer.
Didn't he come on Tuesday?
Yeah, he did for I can't remember. It might have been the Leverhead for the last few seconds or something.
No, last night at Cheshunt. Didn't he?
I don't think he came on. He was
We
on the
definitely
bench.
had a 16-year-old that come on.
Yeah, that was I might have to.
That says it. I mean, that's another sign. All our benches 16, 17-year-olds and no goalie.
Yeah.
So that
Exactly.
where you're like,
I know, and I looked at, because Tom said to me during the commentary, he said, who would you do with a sub at the moment? And it was really difficult. Who do you call on? You'd already put Finley Chapman on, who went on and scored a brilliant goal, but then you were a bit stuck after that because it's all kids, wasn't it? So.
And your keeper that you had on Saturday, was that your regular keeper?
Yeah, so he's going to be out now because he's got a straight red.
Yeah.
that's only one game though, right?
Yeah, it should be only one game.
Yeah, but I don't know about the Shoreham games. Does that count?
Well, hopefully, I hope it would count because.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be.
But again, it's a chance to a new goalie. Give him
Would
a
be
run.
nice to have a sub goalie.
Yeah.
That's an idea. In a team with only one goalie, you should.
I do think.
Usually, you should.
As the
Have
worst
at
comes
least
to
one
worst,
other goalie.
worst comes to worst. Say like all the players got injured. Can the keeper come on and play on the outfield? He can, can't he? So why not?
The petition right now. If Charlie's listening, Charlie, give Hastings a ring, mate.
Yeah.
Stop the Sunday League. Come out, and Hastings needs you. So, well, enough listening to our moans and groans, Hastings fans. You don't want to listen to that. No, listen, all of you, good luck Saturday, and take care. Try and do this again in a couple of weeks. So,
Cheers, lads.
Ian, John, and Wendy. Lovely having you on. See you at the game, mate. Take care, lads. Yeah?
See you later.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
That's it for this episode, SBTS fans. If you want to get in contact with this podcast, please email us on sbtspod@gmail.com. The Twitter, which is sbtspod. Otherwise, go to the YouTube. Over 4 years of content on there. There's so many other ways to listen. However you get your podcasts, we're on all platforms. Or go to the link tree, which is SBTS Podcast, and subscribe. It's all free. Remember, get yourselves to a game and support local football, whoever and wherever you're watching. And apart from that, see you at the game.